Alright, the microphone ought to be on now. I had to turn that down specifically for the starting soon section. Afternoon, folks. Oh man, this is weird. First off, everything is weird. It looks weird behind me. But I've got the stream over here up on YouTube. So now I get to see the delay. Hooray! Yes, welcome, welcome. Folks from Germany, California, Washington State. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? Glad to have you all here today. Yeah, welcome to the Game of Thrones stream. I'm coming to you live from the Purple Zone, as you can see. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm doing this differently than my past streams. Normally I just get on the YouTube in-house webcam streamer, I guess you can call it, and I just use that. But I decided, you know what? Why don't I get fancy? Fancy as fuck. Well, we're technically 9 minutes into this live stream, so I was gonna say, oh well, aren't there YouTube policies where you can't curse within the first minute? But we're past the first minute now, so yeah. Maybe I might give people maybe a few more minutes to come on in, but while we're waiting, we can just sit here and kind of chat, and you can see how bad my green screen effect is. Oh god. Yeah, it's a bit of a work in progress, but that's all right. I guess I could specifically tweet that we're live. Let me do that. Like, I put on there that we were gonna go live in a few minutes, but I'll put up we're live and tweet. There we go. Okay. So how's everyone doing today? I'm doing just fine and dandy. Yeah, it's a nice day. I kind of wish I had started this about half an hour ago. I didn't need to wait this long, but whatever. My week was great. Pretty good, actually. Let's see. Recorded the first episode of Merlin, which was interesting. So I recorded the first episode of Merlin. That went up to Patreon Early Access and full length. And that goes up on Friday. Yeah. Let's see. Can't stay busy. Well, hey, thanks for dropping in anyway. Watched all the Game of Thrones reactions. Well, thank you. That's really nice. Consider reacting to Chernobyl and Black Mirror. Those I've gotten a lot recently. I've gotten a lot of requests for those recently. I know Chernobyl is only like 5 episodes, so that's a bit more of a possibility. Getting it might be a little hard because of HBO, but I can figure something out. A couple people, that was like mostly recommended after Good Omens. A lot of people came forward and were like, "Hey, can you and your dad react to Chernobyl?" So maybe not soon, but maybe. Oh, excuse me. Yeesh. Yeah. And Black Mirror, I mean, might as well put that on a poll probably someday. Yeah. Anywho, it was a good week. Good week, I think. Thank you for that. Hoo boy. Alright, we're getting into questions already. You have a top 5 episode list. Yours is Season 1, Episode 6, Season 3, Episode 4, Season 4, Episode 10, Season 5, Episode 8, and Season... Did you put Season 10, Episode 10? That's not a thing. Well, I don't know if I specifically put a, episode list. I made, 1 or 2 Game of Thrones lists that we can talk about. So let me see. Where did I put those? So many notes. Okay. I made up 2 lists for this that we can kind of go over. I put best episode 9s because I feel like that deserves its own category. And then I put, oh my gosh, this one's kind of stupid, but the best, I put the this and the that. And if you don't know what that means, basically like episodes where it's like the lion or the wolf and the lion, the mountain and the viper, the dragon and the wolf, those episodes, like see which one is the best and stuff like that. So we'll probably go over that. Man, this phone really brightens up my face, doesn't it? Makes me look pale. Yeesh. It's weird. I'm not like in a dark room. I guess it's the green screen blocking out a lot of light. But yeah, so, but we can get to those a little bit later. Right this second, I guess we can just talk about like general thoughts on Game of Thrones, or if you guys have any questions for me about Game of Thrones, I would be happy to answer. Yeah, favorite season. All right, so we're starting off strong here. Man, I'm doing this with my hands a lot in this stream. Maybe I ought to stop doing that. Okay, so favorite season. That's a strong question. It's hard to choose. It's between season 4 and season 6. Between season 4 and season 6, it's a little hard to choose. Like, do I need to? I think I'm gonna pull up a list. I'll just pull up my playlist and just see. Let me just see what I have. What we're in season 4 and season 6. All right, season 4 was Two Swords, The Lion and the Rose, Breaker of Chains, Oathkeeper, First of His Name, The Laws of Gods and Men, Mockingbird, The Mountain and the Viper, The Watchers on the Wall, and The Children. Season 6 was The Red Woman, Home, Oathbreaker, Book of the Stranger, The Door, Blood of My Blood, The Broken Man, No One, Battle of the Bastards, and Winds of Winter. I think overall I would say season 6 definitely. I think, yeah. Season 6 I would probably have to say is my favorite because like almost all of those episodes just really hit you. Like they are all like really solid episodes. And when I think back to season 4, it's like, okay, yes, some of these are, really good with like The Laws of Gods and Men, The Laws of Gods and Men, which has Tyrion's trial. The Mountain and the Viper with a trial by combat. The Watchers on the Wall was an excellent battle. Maybe a little bit better even than Battle of the Bastards. And then The Children was just such a great, like, such a great finale. It was like the first, like, amazing finale. Because prior to that, in terms of season finales, we had Fire and Blood, which was really just a resolution after Baelor. Then we had Valar Morghulis. Again, it was really just a resolution of the season after the Battle of the Blackwater. And then same with Misa, going after such a powerhouse of the Reigns of Castamere. And so, most of those, like those three finales, those episode 10s, they really didn't, I don't feel like they exactly compare to their episode 9s. I feel like, there was like, okay, this is sort of the falling action, of this season's like, okay, we had our big climax and now we're just we're basically gonna chill for a bit, set up next season, resolve anything we need to resolve, and then we'll move on into next season. Whereas I feel like I remember The Children, and I probably should have watched some of these before doing this, but whatever. The Children definitely felt like it was such a powerhouse. Season 6 was disqualified for you due to the terrible Arya stabbing chase scene. Really? That disqualifies an entire season? Really? Oh, I don't know about that, man. Let me see. I'm gonna edit one thing. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm changing one small thing on the title of 4x9, The Watchers on the Wall. I'm actually going to make the T in the capital just before the wall. for some reason I have it in my head that I need to like anytime it's the something, I need to capitalize the T, and I guess I just didn't do that for that one. So I know that sounds really weird, but I mean, it's a proper noun, it's part of the name. I did the same thing with, well, I guess this episode's not out yet on YouTube, but the upcoming Doctor Who episode, Vincent and the Doctor, most people I see don't capitalize the T in the Doctor, so that's what I do. It's just a small little thing I like doing. Oh man, if I even like shake my hand, you can start to see that green screen sort of fall through. Oh gosh. It tainted it. I mean, okay, if that tainted it for you, then that tainted it for you. I'm not gonna really debate you on that. But I will say, I don't know, I didn't really dwell on that one. It just sort of like, well, it happened, so yeah. Let's see. Everything was dope till season 8. Agree or disagree? Oh, I would like to make it an addendum to that. Can I make a small, like, can I put an asterisk next to that comment? I would put it was dope until season 8 episode 4. Because before that, those first 3 episodes, I still hold that those are excellent episodes. And then after that, it all just sort of fell down, and it fell down, and then it sort of like it fell down and then sort of plateaued, and then just rode to the end, and it's like, all right. So yeah. I mean, if you don't like the first half of season 8, obviously that's your opinion, and that's fine. You can have your opinion. But for me, I would put that little note there. I'd say everything goes downhill at Last of the Starks, and that's also too, like, you almost have to make another asterisk there, like, yeah, season 8 episode 4, but specifically after the funerals, after the feast, like right after that, then it starts going, when Daenerys doesn't want to give people their rest and stuff like that. So yeah, but whatever. It especially goes downhill once Rhaegal gets killed, which was bullshit. I love my reaction in that, which maybe that's a weird thing to say, but my reaction to that I always thought was funny because it just happens and I'm just sitting there like, and it's almost like you can see the gears turning in my head. I'm like, no, wait, no, and then he falls and he dies, and it's like, god damn it. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that is something I will say about all of season 8 in general. The cinematography is beautiful, the acting is pristine, and the music is amazing too. But I will say it pretty much all comes from the writing. It should have been its own season. Why did we have to stick 2 wars into one season that was 6 episodes? It's like, I don't know. That should have been like, okay, honestly, what I think you could have done is you could have taken the first 3 episodes of season 8 and just sort of tack them on to the end of season 7. Because then I feel like season 7 would be better for it. Like, it would be, a full 10 episodes at that point, and it ends with the battle with the White Walkers. Then you start up, all right, we have the funeral, and now we have 10 episodes. 10 episodes of season 8, and then we do, the war with Cersei, and eventually the conflict with Daenerys. And if you just, like, you don't have to go, 8 more seasons to resolve this all. You just needed, 4 more episodes, really. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to... It's a little hard. It kind of sucks that we all have to, talk about season 8 like this. That, this show that we all love, and it's just like, we have to say, well, they could have done this better if they had just done this, and it's such an easy fix too. That's one of the things where it's like, this is so fixable. You could have just fixed it like really quickly, and then it probably would have been all right. Just a season on Cersei and Daenerys, tack on 3 or 4 or 5, maybe even go 5 episodes on the end of season 7 to defeat the White Walkers. And there you go. Because that's the thing, is that freaking The Long Night feels like a season finale. It feels like, all right, we're done here. We pack it up. Let's go home. We'll come back next season and deal with Cersei. And it's like, nope. All right, let's go. Right on. It's like, whoa. We need a break. We just had a funeral. It's like the Hound says. It's like you can still smell their burning bodies, and that's what you're thinking of. Although he said that in a different context, but what the fuck ever. Doesn't matter. So yeah. I will say I always like comments like these where it's like, thanks for sharing your journey, and it's just like, that's just nice. It just makes you feel nice. Of course, if I hadn't done the whole 3 episodes a week towards the end, we'd still be going. God, I wonder what episode I'd be on right now. I don't know. That would be crazy, though. Winds of Winter was just a jam-packed season finale. Yeah. A season with White Walker battle, a season with Cersei, and a season with Dany going mad. That, I don't know. I almost feel like that may be pushing it, but I mean, you could do that and it would probably be fine. I almost feel like that might take too long. I feel like if you had 10 episodes, where if you just had a full 10 episode season to go from Daenerys confronting Cersei to the end of the show, I think you could have done that in 10 episodes. Like a solid 10 episodes. Maybe even we have a battle and not Drogon just wrecking shit. Like that. Wow, that was pretty. Like, and I liked it. It was beautiful cinematography. Drogon just coming in and just utterly destroying them, but still. I just noticed you can slightly see through my face. Uh-oh. My green screen effect is a little too... maybe I'm just paranoid. I don't know. I feel like you can kind of see. I'm still working on this green screen effect, by the way. It's not... I don't know. It's like... It's hard. It's difficult. You can see over here my friggin' window behind... This green screen is not thick. Like, with a green screen, you need to make it to where there's no light, but there's light coming through, so I'm going to have to work on that, but whatever. Let's see. Where was I? The Long Night should have been 1 season instead of 1 episode. Or like 10 episodes in the same battle? Ooh, gosh. I don't know about that. And that would be interesting, wouldn't it? An entire season. Like, okay, let's say for the sake of argument, we do... If the entire Long Night was 1 season, it'd be a long battle, man. I mean, I guess if you do it in real time, that'd be crazy, though. I don't know how you would do that. Because, like, how long... my face isn't see-through? I must be paranoid, then. It must just be... I don't know. There's purple... My cheeks are purple for some reason. I don't know. I just feel like you can, like, very I don't know, whatever. Oh, yeah. I'm wearing a Game of Thrones shirt, by the way. Which you can kind of see on here. House Stark and House Targaryen. My 2 favorite houses... Nah. I mean, I do. I like them. I should just, like, put an asterisk pre-season 8. That'd be funny. Anyway, let's see. What else are we talking about here? Have any plans to get into the books? Yes, I do have plans to get into the books. Do you think you'll get into them before the next one is published? Probably. From what I've heard, from what I've heard, this man writes them incredibly slow. So I'll probably start before he publishes the next one. Will I get through all of them? Maybe. I don't know. It's gonna be a while. I'm right at the end of college right now. Like I've got coming up is my final semester actually before I graduate. Shit, I need to apply for graduation. Make a note for later. I'm gonna put a reminder so I actually fucking do that today. I was supposed to do it in June and now I have a late fee that I need to do. I'm a dumbass. So I'm gonna do this while I still can. Anyway, what was I saying? The books, yes. So I'm in my last semester of college, or I'm about to be. So I don't exactly I'm not exactly ready yet to start these books, but I will be soon. Save. There we go. Okay, where was I? But yeah, I'll probably get into the books sometime, and I'll probably do one video per book, reviewing it and talking about differences and stuff, which reminds me that Dad and I need to do a book versus show video about Good Omens sometime. Once he's finished. I have no idea when he's finished or not. Let's see. Yeah, it is mostly the last season. It's season 8. It just needed to be expanded. I feel like everything that they did in season 8, I was like, okay, well, I get what you're trying to do. I'm not even Daenerys going mad or something, or burning down all of King's Landing. It's like, okay, but there should have been a better we should have all once she did that, we should have all been yeah, that makes sense. Even if we hated it, I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Your timing ended up being great therapy after the negativity surrounding season 8. Aw. I mean, yeah, that was one of the things where I was kind of hoping that I would be able to catch up in time for season 8. But I just didn't. But I did record that last episode. I recorded all of season 8 a week or 2 weeks after it came out, and then yeah, it's just been going on for all this time. So, well, I'm glad to help you. With that. Let's see. There was no real drama in the final season. I kind of get that. I mean, the thing is that the last season was a lot of battle. And, the most drama that we had was basically Jon confronting Daenerys. And even that, it just kind of happened. He went in, he confronted her, he killed her, and that was the end of that. And it's alright then. Ain't that great. Let's see. What is the symbol of House Friendzone? Aw. Who is head of the most noble of houses now that Jorah Mormont is dead? I mean, House Mormont itself is just gone, isn't it? I mean, their only surviving member was a 10-year-old girl, and then she died. Really? Season 7 was the worst. I liked Season 7. I don't know. Season 7... Yeah, I guess it was also kind of rushed. It was weird, I will say. For, restarting the war, basically, which we hadn't had in so long. Because, to be honest, the war basically ended at the Red Wedding, and only really survived through Stannis, and then Stannis died, and it's so there's no war. I mean, yeah, they took House Bolton. They took out House Bolton and took back Winterfell, but it's I don't know. Yeah, Season 7 was also kind of rushed. because okay, because this is the biggest problem with the last two seasons. It's trying to split its focus. And honestly, and I know Game of Thrones does that, it's done that throughout the whole show. You know, that's the entire point of Daenerys, is that, hey, we're going to go over across the ocean and we're going to look at this girl for a while. You know, it splits its focus, but I don't know. It's like it tried to split its focus, and the two things were like, they were messing with each other, basically. It's like, okay, we have the White Walkers, and we need to deal with them. We also got to deal with Cersei, who's over here, and we tried to fix that. We tried to fix that with the whole bringing the White to show Cersei, which was one of, even though it was fun and I liked it, it was kind of one of the dumbest ideas ever. It's like, which I wouldn't really I wouldn't pin that on a writer. I would pin that more on the character. I know that sounds weird, but it's like, that just seems like a bad idea. But whatever. I don't know. I like season 7. It was alright. Have I heard anything about possible upcoming spin-offs? I heard about the prequel show, which I know it's like thousands of years in the future during, like, I guess, well, not the first long night, because that's just what they call winter, but like the first time the White Walkers came around, which I kind of wish they wouldn't do that. It's like, all right, we just had the White Walkers. Can we wait a little while before we show them again? But I know the show's gonna have John Sim. I like John Sim, but that's about that. So, yeah. I don't know. It looks interesting. I'll definitely react to it when it comes around. Yeah. Let's see. House Mormont has so many badass women in the books. One of them killed a man with a tankard. Damn, what the fuck is a tankard? I don't know what that is, but it's probably cool. It's probably something you shouldn't, like, be using to kill people, but they did, and it's badass, so. Yeah, the House Mormont, some badass women there. Especially that fucking 10-year-old girl who honestly took charge of the entire North and then named John King. Like, she was the first one to do that. What was the reason for the dead spiral symbol? I don't know. They're trying to brand. they're trying to get their brand out there, man. It just didn't work. The White Walkers don't have a great PR department. Let's see. The end of the War of the Five Kings is debatable. It's a very messy... Yeah, that's true. Because even still, like, once Robb is dead, there's still Balon Greyjoy. There's still Stannis and Tommen. Or no, during the Red Wedding, there's Joffrey. But then, like, that's the thing. Like, that was the only one... that was the only one where it's like, okay, well... Here's, like, okay, one of the kings is dead, but he has a successor. He's the only one that had a successor. And then we got Tommen, who, honestly, like, once Tommen became the king, he was kind of the more interesting character. I don't know. Wooden drinking glass thing. Oh, okay. Killed a man with that. That is interesting, actually. Yeah, I do kind of wish there was a bit more, because we really, like, when they showed the flashbacks and stuff, all they showed was Ned Stark finding Lyanna, and it's like, can we see more of that? Can we see a young Robert Baratheon? It's like, we only really saw the back of Rhaegar's head. We saw a little bit of the Mad King. I don't know why, but when we saw the Mad King, I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where it's hard to, like, it's hard to get, like, an actor to portray this almost, like, mythical character, if that makes any sense, because, like, especially when I saw the lore videos, I kind of, like, put it in my head that the Mad King kind of looked like Palpatine. He kind of looked like the Emperor from Star Wars. He's just like this old decrepit figure cloaked in this thing. And then when they showed him, he was just some fucking dude. And I was just like, oh, I kind of want to see that old, like, creepy dude. I don't know. I don't know how that got in my head. Did they have that in the lore videos? I don't know. Is there going to be a lore video for Season 8? Do those come with the DVDs? They probably come with the DVDs. I don't know. I've been finding them on YouTube. So, yeah. Let's see. Night King equals Snoke. I mean, they were both killed by a girl with long brunette hair. Holy shit. Yeah, and it was both unexpected. They both used some weird move to do it. And then they met up with the guy who had long black hair. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Whatever. That's funny. The reason Season 6 was really good because George R. R. Martin confirmed a bunch of stuff, including John's parents, Hodor history, and so on. The show was crammed it all in one season. I mean, I kind of feel like that's the one thing where it's like when people say, oh, well, you know, what the fuck are their names? Dan and Dave, D&D. Everyone just says D&D. It was like, oh, D&D, they can't really... They're really good at adapting, but they're not good at writing new material. And it's like, oh, fucking... They did Season 6. Season 6 was pretty fucking good. In fact, it was probably one of the best seasons, but I feel like they probably had a lot more notes because, like, you know, that was so close. Like, Martin would have been working on it right there. He's been working on it, and he's like, all right, here's what I got. And then they get to Season 7, and he's like, shit, I'm not ready. And so he types out as much as he could, and then he gives it, and it's like, Season 8, and shit, I'm not ready either. And so he types it up, and he gives it, and then they're just like, cool, we will make exactly this. These, like, 8 points that you wrote down. Yeah, that is one of those things where it's like, expand it! That's the problem. That's why Season 7 and 8 are so short, because they ran out of notes. They ran out of George's notes, probably. And I have no idea if this is factually true or anything, but it kind of feels like that. Like, they ran out of notes, so they crammed it down. And then they wanted to go over to Star Wars. Is everyone excited for that D&D Star Wars movie? Showrunners, Dan and Dave, whatever the fuck their names are. Won't that be fun? Anyway. One question there is only a real answer for. Renly or Stannis? I think, well, okay. What are we talking about? Are we talking about, well, either one I think is actually the same answer. Are we talking about who is the more interesting character or who would make a better king? I would put on either question I think I'd put Stannis. Honestly, I think Stannis, yes, he would be a really strict guy, and he would be a very like a very tight, powerful king, I guess. If he'd be strong, but I feel like at the core of it, Stannis is still a good man. He's just, his methods are a little, I don't know. It's like Gene Wilder and Blazing Saddles. Boy, are they strict. He's a strong, strict, stern man, but I feel like he would probably be a better king. I mean, Renly wanted to be king. Stannis wanted to be king because he was like, my country, Westeros, needs me, which you can say is narcissistic. It kind of is. But at the same time, it's like, I remember someone pointed out, it's like, it's like when you really stop and think about it, the Night's Watch sent ravens fuck everywhere because they were like, hey, we have a problem. We need help. And while, yes, it was a tactical advantage to go north and then go south and start taking the kingdoms one by one from going north to south, Stannis did arrive to help. Stannis did go there to help. So, honestly, if you're talking about who would be a better king, I think Stannis would ultimately be the better king. So, yeah. Stannis the Manus. I love that. I love that nickname. It's so funny. Tommen was an awful king. I mean, Tommen was there. I don't know. It's like, it was interesting to see how... I mean, it was interesting to see him be manipulated. Like when he was manipulated by the High Sparrow and stuff like that. But, yeah. High Sparrow was such an interesting character. Like, dude just came out of nowhere and, like, almost completely ended this Lannister dynasty. You know, ended the Tyrells, ended the Lannisters, all this stuff. So, yeah. It was crazy, man. Where was I? Love to see a sequel with Arya exploring the New World. That might be interesting. I mean, I don't know. I could see that as like a fun 10-episode miniseries, but like doesn't go farther than that. I don't think you can get too much out of that, but I don't know. All right, I'd love that. Night King, I love that you've been like following me throughout all this. This has really been fun. Seeing your comments and stuff like that. I always love, early on in the Game of Thrones reactions, I had Cersei Lannister would comment frequently. Just an account called Cersei Lannister. And it was fun because I blamed her for everything back then. So yeah. They only chose Arya to kill the Night King in season 6. I feel like that was kind of an arbitrary choice. Like, that was a little weird. It's just like, yeah, we'll have it be Arya. And because I saw, like, the clip where they were talking about, it's like, well, you know, we've always kind of seen Jon as the hero, but it didn't seem quite right. And it's just like, first off, Jon's no... I don't know, Jon wasn't really a hero, I don't think. I don't know, I felt like Jon was more just... He was just there doing his job. Like, I guess he was a hero, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know. So, yeah. Arya makes sense because of her skill set, because she was trained to basically be an assassin, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. You didn't have to, I guess. You could have chosen anyone, really. But whatever. Was Cersei pregnant, or was she faking it? Didn't I hear that they cut out a miscarriage from season 7? Like, she was actually pregnant, and then they actually filmed a scene of her having a miscarriage, but they cut that out of the show. Why? Why would you do that? Leave that in the show, man. That would really help. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, here. I can actually see that now. You guys are kind of talking about that. Let's see. Oh, jeez. You guys. I like that everyone's being nice today. My comments, man. I'm not talking about you guys, because you guys are really nice. And I'm loving this chat we have going on. But man, the comment section, I had to go in a couple times, and I feel like I had to go in like a bouncer and like break people up. Yeah. Can you imagine? My dad did that. My dad was a bouncer at a bar when he was young. It's a little bit more lore for you guys, I guess. Not the point. Yeah, it's like I had to go in a few times and be like, yo, y'all need to calm down and be civil. So, yeah. Let's see. Try not to get killed and survive attack by the White Walkers. Bring it to the other end of the continent so that we can plead our case to an evil queen. It was a stretch. That was a huge stretch that would work, but I don't know. I still liked it. What did you think of Cersei and Jaime's death? The death itself I didn't mind. Like, I'm sure there's people that were like, oh, well, they should have actually been killed by someone, not just, the debris. I don't know. I think it was fine. Leading up to that, well, Cersei leading up to that, there's nothing really to comment on because she's just standing at the fucking window like she had been for 2 seasons. But I will say, like, Jaime going back to her, that was kind of rough. I will say, Jaime going back to her was kind of rough because, and especially like a lot of people pointed out when he was like, I never really cared for the people, innocent or otherwise. I just realized I'm like not centered on here. There, it's probably driving some of you insane. But yeah, so that whole thing of never really caring for the people and stuff like that, I was like, well, that's why you killed the Mad King, asshole. But I kind of think that that's just him lying to himself. I wish they had like pointed that out. Like, I wish Tyrion had called him out and been like, all right, you can fucking lie to yourself all you want so that you can sleep at night because you want to go back to that bitch. But yeah, I don't know. Their deaths, I think, were okay, honestly. Did it fit their character arc? That they fucked up and failed and died? Yeah, kinda. It's like, it caught up to them. All their shit caught up to them. Which you could argue it kind of did to Cersei already. Well, it did to both of them. When Jaime got his hand cut off, when Cersei, had to do the Walk of Atonement, all their shit caught up with them. But then all their new shit caught up with them too, basically. Although, for Jaime, it's like he had kind of redeemed himself, basically. Went to fight for the living and shit like that. So, yeah. Got people dissing Last Jedi over here. I love Last Jedi. Let me rephrase that. I love the stuff with Luke and Rey and Kylo in Last Jedi. Yeah, the side plot in Last Jedi is a little rough. It's a little hard to sit through, but whatever. But mostly I like Last Jedi, whatever. He had the best hype man in all the realm. Yeah, and his hype man was so good that Jon recruited him too. I just love when Missandei goes through all of Daenerys' fucking titles, and then Davos is just like, this is Jon Snow. He's King of the North. It's like, that works. It's all you need. The Ravens of Westeros are the true heroes. Those ravens fucking fly. And I remember, like, early on, I guess it was in season 2 when Theon captured Winterfell, but, like, freaking Maester Luwin's, like, writing down a bunch of stuff to send, I guess, to Robb, honestly, that, Winterfell's being captured, and he just ties it to a raven and just sends it off, and it's like, tell it where it's going. How do ravens instinctively know where to go? It's like, go find Robb Stark. Where is he? He's been moving all this time. So yeah. We never did. I guess did. Well, there was that one priestess that was like, oh, well, I know what the voice said because it's the Lord of Light. But I don't know. It's probably like, hey, go get a taco. Oh my god, that'd be funny. She'd be like, I'm hungry. Lord of Light's just like, I'm hungry. You're sacrificing balls to me. I don't want that. Sacrifice a chicken or something. Anyway. What do you think of Tyrion's character? Am I the only one who thought they made him into a fool? I get that. He really blew it in those last 2 seasons. I don't know. He really did blow it in those last 2 seasons. It was pretty rough, but I don't know. I mean, overall, Tyrion's character, I think, is great. You know, this guy who comes from this just shitty family, and he rises to be, you know, a good man, and he actually does stuff to help the realm and stuff like that. But honestly, yeah, I mean, they just kind of ran out of stuff for him to do, like, at a point. And it's like, okay, we made him Hand of the Queen, but the problem with that is that they needed specific plot points to happen, and the easiest way to do that was to just make Tyrion screw up at his job, basically. So, yeah. Yeah, well, it's very obvious that we're not supposed to know what happened when he brought a honeycomb and a jackass to a brothel. I kind of wish they had done that a little bit better at the end, where it's like, you know, he's like, I once brought a honeycomb and a jackass to a brothel, and then it just cuts away. It's like, I wish, like, Brienne or someone was just like, I think we have more important issues, and then it cuts. Or he's just like, yes, I suppose you're right. No time for a story. Yeah. But I do like that was really the running joke of that. So, yeah. What was the point of Euron? He was there so that Cersei had more forces, because they ran out of allies. I will say, it's like, he's just so weird. He's so weird. He was kind of fun, though. He's such a prick, but are you telling the story of the honeycomb and the jackass? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, this is crazy. It's like actually happening. It's happening live here in the chat. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Euron, he's just there. He's there to make sure that, you know, they had more allies for Cersei, and they also had to create more of a disadvantage for Daenerys. Though I will say, taking out both the Iron Islands and Dorne in one attack, that was a little much, I think. Oh my gosh. Need a woman to lay with, for mine has left me. Whatever for. Oh, it's with the honeycomb and the mule. Whatever for. Oh my gosh. My woman has found a genie in a bottle. What the I don't know what the fuck. What did I think of Euron's arc? Euron had an arc? I thought he was just there. I thought he was there and then he died. I don't know. Also, the Golden Company. They blew it immediately. Oh. I mean, to be fair, to be fair to the Golden Company, when they're facing the Dothraki and the Unsullied and a dragon and the Northerners, but the Northerners really didn't do much in that one. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say, like, I don't know. The Golden Company, it's like, oh, well, we could have used some more proper battles. And the elephants, we needed elephants. HBO had the money. They would have done it. I don't know. They were kind of built up a lot. Yeah. Yeah, they should have probably armored Drogon. I mean, they should have remembered the Iron Fleet. Obviously, that was their biggest problem, is Dany just kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet. That's one of the dumbest things. I know they have to justify the shit they do. And, that can be kind of hard, but at the same time, it's like, fucking come on. You could have said anything. Euron's arc was terrible and famously was not fit to carry 2 elephants. Euron's arc. Like the fucking boat. Damn it. I fell for that. Never bought the love affair between Jon and Dany. I mean, it just kind of happened. Well, it's like everything in the last 2 seasons. It just happened at the end. It just happened and there wasn't enough time for it. Yeah. I mean, okay. Well, here's the thing. I understand the love affair for Jon because, Dany's beautiful. I feel like Dany could have done better, though. I mean, when you think about Dany had Khal Drogo, one of the buffest dudes in all of the world, and then Dario, who was really handsome after season 3, and then she goes to Jon. It was like, I mean, I guess they're compatible. They're Targaryens, so maybe that's it. Maybe she just had a sixth sense about it. I don't know. Like, when you go from Khal Drogo to Dario to Jon, I don't know, man. I don't know. But then who else would she go for? Tyrion? No. Fucking... maybe Jorah. Jorah's at least taller. That's the weird thing, too. It's because Jon Snow's not much taller than she is. Oh, boy. Well, why don't we get into some of these best ofs? Well, we're about an hour in, so... oh, kind of. We're about 50 minutes in, technically. Let's do best of the this and the that. So, in terms of our the this and the that, we have... what is this, 6 choices here on the list here. I said here twice to be redundant, and I said it again to really emphasize how redundant that was. Okay, best the this and the that. I've got The Wolf and the Lion, which is season 1, episode 5, I believe. Yep, The Wolf and the Lion. The Old Gods and the New. The Old Gods and the New, which is season 2, episode 6. We have The Bear and the Maiden Fair. This is stupid. Which was season 3, episode 7. We had The Lion and the Rose, which was season 4, episode 2. The Mountain and the Viper, which was season 4, episode 8. And finally, we had The Dragon and the Wolf, which was season 7, episode 7. So, of these 5 dumb choices for this dumb list I created, what would you guys say is the best? I would say, I don't know, I'd say Jorah's death was way more impactful than Father Octavian in Doctor Who. Anyway. So let's see. Of these 6 dumb choices, probably the best is like The Mountain and the Viper, just because it has the whole trial by combat, but still. I mean, we can just sort of discount The Bear and the Maiden Fair and the old gods and the new. Those are just two dumb choices I put on here because it's like, oh, that's technically those. Yeah. Wolf and the Lion. Wolf and the Lion was pretty good. Lion and the Rose. That was good because it was the purple wedding. But Dragon and the Wolf had a lot in it, but I don't know. Man, I don't even know. I wasn't prepared. I should have chosen these ahead of time. So yeah. Camera's going in and out of focus apparently. Yeah, let's see. What would be the best? Okay, between the Wolf and the Lion and the Rose, the Mountain and the Viper, and the Dragon and the Wolf. Dragon and the Wolf is pretty good. Because that's the one where it's like, oh, if Danny was sent to the Friends, that'd be hilarious. Yeah. I don't know. She is so different from, like, Ygritte that it's like, wow, Chan's got some range on girls he goes for, I guess. It is probably Dragon and the Wolf, just because so much stuff happens in that episode. That was one of the hardest ones to edit, too. So, yeah, probably Dragon and the Wolf, because everything else, it's like, okay, the Lion and the Rose is more for the ending. The Mountain and the Viper is more for the trial by combat. But there is just a lot of stuff out there in Dragon and the Wolf. I don't even remember what the hell the Wolf and the Lion was. Like season 1, episode 5. What exactly was that? I don't remember. Yeah. Turn my speaker off. And I don't think that... No, you guys shouldn't hear my desktop. I've got that turned off right now. I've got desktop audio turned off. Let me look. I'm just going to kind of skim through here. Actually, here. Why don't I? Hey, I'm going to skim through and you can watch. Because why not? Because I have this set up to where you can. So, the one where Ned got ambushed by Jaime, that's it, really? Let's see. Yeah, there's the tournament. Look how young I look. I look no different, do I? I look no different. I'm even, like, unshaven and everything. Yeah, that starts off with the tournament, and Loras beats the Mountain. It was back when we had a different actor. I don't think they disguised her as one, and because that's still up in season 1. No, I wouldn't say so. Oh yeah, Varys when he's like, "The king is a fool. Your friend I know, but a fool." That's my Varys impression. A lot of the gripping dialogue is a little hard. Oh yes, prequel memes. Thank you. This is getting out of hand, and now there are 2 of them. Oh, that is amazing. I mean, this is a little weird. It's me reacting to this guy, reacting to, if I can do this right, reacting to this. I look the same, and it's like a year later, too. Like, we actually... What day was this? August 10th, 2018, so we're coming up on a year for this. And I do... Yeah, you're right, I look exactly the same. My hair's probably more thinning now than it was back then, but... Yeah, you're right, don't I? Wow. A year passed and nothing changed. Oh yeah, this was the scene where Arya tries to get back in and it just doesn't work. They kind of did that in season 8. Or no, that was season 7, sorry. And oh yeah, the whore is pregnant. That was a fun line. Oh god, this is where they introduce Robb and Aaron and Lysa. And then they're like, "Oh, you should be king." That was a while back. And then Ned, and then yeah, he fights Jaime. You're right. All right. Let me switch back to review. I gotta be careful. I'm like, this green screen is so close to me. Do I have to slap you on the ear to help with your hearing? What? Do I have to slap you on the ear? Was that a quote for something? I don't know. Why are you threatening to slap me? We should move on to episode 9. The best Bobby B scene. Cause we're quoting that scene. I get you now. Oh, the best Bobby B scene. Oh, that I may or may not know where. Is that just generally what people have been calling Robert, like Bobby B? Because I don't know. The first time I heard that, it was on a Lindsay Ellis video. It was the one she did on Game of Thrones. I'm anxiously waiting for that next part. It was so fucking funny, I have to say. Okay, should we move on to best of the episode 9s? Which only goes through... Hold on, I need to crack my knuckles, so I'm going to do it below the desk so it's not right in your fucking ears. And hopefully you don't really hear this. I'm doing better at this, I hope. Shit. One errant pop had to get there at the end. Sorry. Okay. Let's do the best of episode 9, shall we? Our choices for best of episode 9. Baelor, Blackwater, The Reigns of Castamere, The Watchers on the Wall, The Dance of Dragons, and Battle of the Bastards. Alright, we already have one opinion. The least best season 2 episode 9. Interesting. That's funny. Bobby B. You've got $5 riding on this one? What, on best of episode 9? Really? Oh, it's tricky. I kind of want to go with one of the battles because it's a full episode thing. It's a full episode ordeal. But at the same time, I don't want to take away from the episode 9s where we kill someone at the end, like, horribly. Yeah, it's like which battle episode 9 is better between Blackwater, Watchers on the Wall, and Battle of the Bastards. I think honestly Watchers on the Wall is the best battle we had. I don't know. I felt like that one was very desperate. And I don't know, something about Blackwater. I don't know. Reigns of Castamere was kind of the most shocking, which is crazy because you would think Baelor would be. But yeah, would it? It's a tough decision. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same fucking thing I just did, and I'm actually gonna go through. I'm gonna look at what else happened in Baelor, and I'm gonna go through that a bit real quick. So, because all you remember is Ned Stark's death. So what the fuck else happened in that episode? Is that where we met Walder Frey? Ugh. Oh yeah, they're gonna... I think that was around the time when they were gonna, like, go off. It's like choosing your favorite child. Yeah, that's true. Rob captured Jaime? Yeah, he did, didn't he? In Baelor. This was the first one where it was, like, really long, too. It's, like, 33 minutes, which... Like, this was, like, the first long Game of Thrones episode, I feel. The first video that was long. But, yeah. Tyrion was in his first battle, technically. Oh, this is where we learned about Maester Aemon Targaryen. Yeah. We go over to Drogo dying. Jor gives John Longclaw. Oh, it's that episode? Yeah, Baelor. Baelor was packed. This is where we meet Shay. I'm gonna. Ooh, I should skip over. You guys probably know, but I'm a little, I don't know, forgiving, I guess, on the nudity. Like, I barely censor any nudity in these episodes. But I will say I need to be sure that I don't show any on stream. Yeah, Drogo's horse dies. We get the fight between Jorah and that one. Yeah, Tyrion's first battle where he's knocked out immediately. You capture Jaime, and then Ned Stark. So maybe we should go to Reigns of Castamere. What else was that? I remember filming this like it was yesterday, man. Like, it was crazy. And I was so sick. I was sick during this. It was crazy. Yeah, they're going to take Casterly Rock. Which, hey, Daenerys ended up doing. It just didn't work. And then we have to meet... Oh, have I gotten to the zoom in yet? Come on, man. It's okay. He's not going to... There's a funny zoom in here that I ended up doing. Because it's stupid. Because it was when Walder Frey was like... He wanted to talk to Talisa. And I was just like... It's fine. He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to kill you. And I like zoomed in on my stupid face. God, you can see like my hair is weirdly parted and stuff too. I don't know. Let's move on. Gilly, they were on their way to the wall. A bunch of shit with the Hound. Oh, I missed the Hound. Bran. Yeah, it's when he almost ran into Jon. Oh, yeah, it's when he stabbed the fucking bird. Bit of Grey Worm. Yeah, they took Marine, I think. Yeah. And then the wedding itself. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so many deaths we just went over. We just went over like a bunch of them. Let me switch back to review. There we go. So many deaths that we just went over. Ned Stark, like everyone that was at the Red Wedding. Yeah, can we get an F in the chat for that? Oh, that's stupid. But whatever. Okay, so which would I say is the best episode 9? Oh, that's still tricky, man. That's still tricky. Yeah, that's still tricky to like figure out which one is the best, but you know what? As shocking as the Red Wedding was, which it was incredibly shocking. I will say, I think the best episode 9, which you may even count as one of the best episodes, but the best episode 9, I think, is Baelor. I think I have to settle on Baelor because first off, everything else in that episode is fucking great. But also just the fact that they killed off the main character, specifically the main character. And then the fact that affected the show so much. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm going with Baelor. So, going with Baelor as the best episode 9. So, yeah. What should we talk about next? I guess we could talk favorite character. Do I have the right to do that because my favorite character is Daenerys? We could talk about next favorite character. Probably Ned Stark, honestly. One season or not, Ned Stark left an impression. Now, when Ned Stark died, that's kind of when Daenerys started taking over, but, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to pick favorite characters, except that I picked Daenerys, obviously, but, yeah. Yeah, Daenerys, even with what happened at the end of Season 8, I still think Daenerys is my favorite. Why? That's a good point. I should probably say why, Danny. I found her to be the most interesting with, like, especially when you, like, especially looking back at it, when you compare where she started to where she ended up, even at the end of Season 1, I feel like she just was, like, she started at the bottom, now she's here, and then she sort of died, but whatever. But yeah, I would kind of say, because, like, she was just this, like, meek, timid young girl, you know, just sort of doing what her brother says, and, you know, we see, like, that had to be, like, the first time, in the first episode when she's like, I don't want to marry Khal Drogo. That kind of seems like that was the first time she kind of, you know, stood up to him a little bit. You know, when she said, no, I don't want to do that, but she had to anyway. You know, she still ended up submitting, basically. You know, but then, like, as she goes on, you know, she's listening to her brother and, you know, seeing Khal Drogo. And then she's like, you know what? Fuck this. I am going to make the fucking best I can of this. And she does. And she gets into a loving, respectful relationship with Khal Drogo. Which is weird. Like, I swear, they had the most loving relationship in the entire show. But, yeah, she started to be like, hey, I need some fucking respect here. And he was like, oh, shit, yeah, hell yeah. Like, she just got so strong in that first season alone. And then she actually stood up to Viserys. You know, when he's like, oh, you want me to wear these Dothraki rags and shit like that. And, you know, it's like, and now you've unleashed the dragon. And he's, like, trying to hit her. And then she just whacks the fuck out of him. Just bam, just hits him with that fucking jewelry and shit. And she's just like, no, no you fucking don't. I am a Khaleesi of the Dothraki and fuck you. And it's like, from then on, she's like, I'm not fucking letting my brother decide my life. Which leads to his death in episode 6. When she doesn't stop him, you know, Khal Drogo's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And Daenerys just like, you know what, fucking fine. Let's just do that. And she's like, you know what, no. Because we can just kill him. Because fuck him. He's a shithead. He shouldn't be the king. You know, and he's not even the dragon. You know, Daenerys is the unburnt. You know, that wasn't Viserys. And then she's like, all right, we're gonna go and we're gonna go do our own thing. And then Khal Drogo dies, unfortunately, which is, you know, his wound festers, and then, you know, the witch doesn't really help anything. But she starts to take a little charge, you know. She takes a little charge. She's got her wingman to defend her when the other Dothraki get unsettled. And then, you know, and then she basically, like, when it's revealed, oh, well, the witch betrayed you. And, you know, is going to, the witch betrayed you and actually, like, vegetized, Khal Drogo. And she's just like, okay then, and I have no more use for you, and I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place. And she burns that bitch alive. And she's like, fuck it. She's gone. She's gone. My husband's gone. My son is gone. I'm just going to do this for me now. It's just me against the world. It's me and my friend-zoned wingman going against the fucking world. And then she does. And then she just keeps doing that. She keeps doing that throughout the entire show. She goes up to people, and they're just like, you fucking whore, why don't you get out of here? And she's like, fuck off. And she does that, and they fuck off. Or they die. One of the two. And she just keeps going no matter where she goes. She takes them down because she knows she needs to... I'm running out of words. Dang it, my wave is starting to go. But yeah, it's like she just gets good. That's it, is that she gets good. Whereas it's almost like, and yes, John, as someone's pointing out, John's character arc is kind of the same. That it's like, well, he got good too. He went from nothing and went to everything. Even though bastard of Ned Stark, he had some privilege still, but still, still, when compared to like every other character on the show, like she started at fuck nothing and became this powerhouse in Essos, taking down Karth, basically taking down Astapor, in that brilliant scene where she fucking, that first powerful scene when she says Dracarys, like, oh, that still gives me goosebumps. It's such an amazing scene. And the fact that it's not just that she came from nothing and got better, but of how good of a person she was. Like, she was just such a good person. Like, she did have to lay waste to some of her enemies. She did kill the Masters, and eventually she went on to Meereen and crucified the Masters and stuff like that, and burned a lot of people alive. I don't know, I do kind of give that one a little bit of a pass, and it's a little hard to do that. How do you give crucifying people a pass? And it's like, well, for the greater good, I suppose. Yes, she does have her faults where, she can be a little violent towards her enemies, but at the same time, she does it for the good of the people. She always did it for the good of the people, which is one of the things that pisses me off about Season 8, is that, at the end, it's like, this is for the good of the people. We're taking down Cersei for the good of the people. I'm gonna burn the people before I get to her, though. And it's like, fucking come on. You could have done that a lot better, but what the fuck ever. Not the point. The point is, she was a good person. She had a good heart. At the core of her being, she did have a good heart. That's what they all saw. That's what Jorah saw. That's what Barristan saw. That's what Jon saw. And, he was kind of staring at her big heart, but whatever. But yeah, that was... It's definitely that she came from nothing and gained all the power by herself. It's like, yes, she does... It is sort of like, yes, she does sort of say, like, I am the rightful queen of the Andals and the First Men. Yes, she is the rightful queen, technically, but everything that she got, she had to get on her own, name or not. But, so yeah, and I will say, if we're on the topic of why Daenerys is my favorite character, if I'm gonna be fully honest with you guys, maybe 5% of it is that she's really cute. That might be 5%. Jon Snow's not cute, see? That's the thing. I'm sure there's people that find him cute. I know there's people that find him cute, but yeah. But I will say that maybe like 5% of the reason why I love Daenerys. But it's mostly about her character. Yeah. But almost that it kind of makes it a bit more tragic when she does turn and destroys King's Landing. It's like, here's this character who, yes, has had to do some bad shit, but she always did it, against the truly bad. Every one of those people that she crucified, well, not everyone, as we saw with the one dude's dad. As we saw with the one dude's dad, who was just like, he was against the slavery and stuff like that, and she was like, oh shit, I only it's like I crucified all the masters. I guess I didn't do background. Like I didn't examine everyone's background first. She didn't do background checks on all of them to be like, oh well, that one's good. Okay, well, we'll get that guy. We don't need to crucify that guy. But yeah, I mean, yes, probably 5% of it was because she was cute. Are you saying that 5% is too high or too small? Maybe. I don't know. She's really fucking cute though. Like, damn. Ah. But anyway. But yeah, it's a lot of the character. It's like, yes, she had to make a lot of hard decisions, but at the same time, what she did, the sort of darker shit that she did, was still for the good of the people. That's the thing. It's for the good of the people, which is why it is sort of a debate when, she has people like Dario or Olenna saying, hey, why don't you just be a dragon? You're a dragon, be a dragon. Go right up to Cersei and just annihilate her. It is a bit of a back and forth because, it is a bit of a back and forth because it's like, yes, that is sort of in her family, in her title as the dragon. But at the same time, she has been different. She has tried to be different. She has always done this for the good of the people. And she goes back and forth and it's like, should I not? And it's like, and she constantly is like, maybe I should, but no, I shouldn't. Tyrion's right, I shouldn't do this, but she just slowly gets beaten down more and more over season 7 and 8 until finally she does snap. And she's like, fuck it, I have to, But it just wasn't executed properly. They didn't write that properly. If you want to write that, that's fine, but you didn't write that properly is my biggest problem with that. Especially when the city surrendered. When the city surrendered and then she did it, that just pissed me off. It's like, God damn it. It's like they surrendered. You didn't have to do that. But yeah. But that's why I love Daenerys, and I will still hold that Daenerys is my favorite character. And yeah. Oh, that was a lot of stuff I just said. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. She started to embrace fire and blood as she noticed her peaceful approach not working anymore. I mean, that makes sense. Which you can kind of say that was what happened in the show. But, yeah, that... It needed to be expanded. That's it. If we had just expanded this last season, it would have been good. Oh, okay. The fuck else should we talk about? I don't know. See, this is a bit different from my Doctor Who streams where it's like, okay, I'm just doing one season and I'm talking favorite episodes and stuff like that. It's like this time we're going over the whole show. This whole 8-season show. And it's like, how much do I say? I don't know. We could talk about Jon's parentage. It was just there, wasn't it? What the fuck? Thanks, OBS. There was apparently a 10% drop in frames. Is everything alright up here? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So, oh shit, it's gone. No, wait, it's going. The hell is happening? Can you guys still see me? Can you guys still hear me? My video output is low as shit right now. Well, that's not good. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. You might still be able to hear me, but I should have done this at 30, not 60, but yeah. Just, hello? Is anyone still there? The last 10 minutes? Are you serious? Really? It was only a 10% drop in frames. So, what the hell? This is going a little, like, this isn't, I don't know. The video is almost dead, but the sound is fine. Well, jeez. I could still go. So the video sucks, but the hearing is fine. We could podcast this, I guess. Uh-oh. Yeah, this whole thing is kind of crapping out. Uh-oh. Crystal clear audio, Stone Age video. I don't know. Can I just lower my bitrate from here? Well, I can. If you guys can still hear me, I guess I can keep talking. Tyrion and Captain Jack Harkness. Who drinks who under the table? Output. I can't do any output here. I can't do output while I'm doing this. Shit, this sucks. The hell is happening? Alright, well, this is awkward, isn't it? I mean, you can easily treat this as a podcast, so I don't know. I might talk for a few more minutes, but we might end things off. If this is... Wait, hold on. Stream health is going up a bit. It's yellow instead of red. Maybe it's getting better. I don't know. I'm going to keep talking for a minute. Maybe it'll get better. Tyrion versus Jack. Who drinks who under the table? I feel like Jack would. Because... Although, I don't know. It's fine. Don't stress yourself. Alright, if you guys say so. If you guys can hear me, then you guys can hear me, so... Yeah, but we're probably not going to go too much longer, because this is starting to crap the fuck out. Whatever. Okay. Quick retrospective. It was great until it wasn't. How was that? Barristan or Grey Worm? As a fighter, Barristan. As a character, probably Grey Worm? I don't know. Grey Worm, I actually, like, when he was standing with Daenerys at the end, I think it was pretty good. So yeah. Hear all the comments about stream quality, which is low as shit right now. But if you guys can still hear me, then what the fuck ever, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Podcast. Alright, we're podcasting it then. Should I? Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it at the starting soon. Maybe that'll, like, fix it for a bit. I don't know. Well, I'm still here. I'm still talking. Yeah, that's stupid. Why don't I just stick with this? Jeez. Yeah, I might not be doing 60 frame per second streams anymore, though. I might not be able to handle that yet. Oh, well, this is a learning curve, you know. I'm trying to learn everything with the green screen and shit like this, so. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. What the hell else can we talk about? What else can we talk about? Let's see. I don't know. I almost feel like we covered everything. Wait, stream health is good. It's green again. No, wait, now it's low. Damn it. Wait, now it's offline. That's not good. Ah. Wait. Are we back? Okay, this thing is crapping the hell out. Favorite minor character? Favorite minor character. Maybe Hot Pie? Hot Pie probably counts. I don't think we have time for a round of what ifs. I don't think I have time to do anything now. I think this whole stream has gone to hell. Yeah. Why don't we, as closing thoughts, and maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do a little bit more of this later. I have no idea, but it was offline. Might be lag in your diagnostics tool. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't know. There was a bit of a risk on doing this because my internet sometimes is the worst, but most of the time it's really good. So, I think we ought to end this. I hate that. I hate that we had to end it like this. But we went for an hour. We went for about an hour and a half. And we covered a lot of ground in this, I will say. So, yeah. I think I'm going to sign off here because this shit is crapping the fuck out right now. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching my Game of Thrones reactions. I have enjoyed this show for all of its faults at the end. I have really enjoyed this show. It's now one of my favorite shows, and I love it, and I love all the characters, and I'm definitely not going to forget it anytime soon. So, yeah, really enjoyed this. This was fun. Hopefully we can do another stream like this. Actually, I do have planned. I'm going to work on this whole internet problem, but I do have planned for next Sunday to do a stream on Torchwood. Series 1 through 4, to just go over all my thoughts on that once it's done. So, yeah, thank you all for coming out to this stream. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, I'm going to sign off and let my internet, take a nap or something. Jeez. So, yeah. See you all later. With all that being said, you're Alex from 7th Hour Films, and we'll see you next time. Aw, you even know my outro. Aw. That gets to me. Thank you.